Hi, Omar. You know that today is Alina's entrance ceremony at her new high school, right?
Oh, hi, Rena. Yeah, I know. The entrance ceremony starts at 9, so I should get there a bit earlier, right? I have a night shift that day, so I'll be coming straight from my workplace, but I'll make sure not to be late.
What? Don't tell me you actually plan on coming, do you?
Yeah, I'm her father, aren't I? Why shouldn't I come to her entrance ceremony?
No, you can't come because you're just going to embarrass us. Alina doesn't want you to come.
What do you mean I'll embarrass you guys? I mean, I went to her graduation ceremony at her middle school, so why can't I go now? Besides, I heard that it's normal for both parents to come to the entrance ceremony. It would be better if I came as well, I think.
No, it's true. It's normal for both parents to come, but there are single parents and stuff too, so it won't stand out that much. It would be better if I went alone and everyone thought I was a single parent than if I went with you.
Huh? What is that even? I know you guys aren't very proud of what I do for a living, but is it seriously that embarrassing? Besides, it's not like they're going to go around asking parents what they do for a living, are they?
Jesus, you really are an idiot. It doesn't matter if they don't ask you your profession because it's obvious what it is just by looking at you.
Huh? Come on, Rena. Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? How are they supposed to know that I work at a factory just by looking at me?
I'm telling you, you don't understand the feelings of a teenage girl. You see, a father who works at a factory is embarrassing for a teenage girl.
Huh? Why exactly is it embarrassing then? I know it's nothing fancy like a pilot or a doctor, but it's nothing to be embarrassed of.
Of course you would say that. You're a factory worker. This new school of Alina's is a high-level private school, so the other students are going to pick on her if they find out that she's from the lower class. Besides, if you come to the entrance ceremony, the whole auditorium is going to stink, so go home.
Huh? Lower class? Just what exactly is this school you sent Elena to? Some sort of prep school? Well, I understand how she might stand out if they find out about her background, but is it really worth pretending I don't exist at all? And what do you mean go home? I haven't even went to the entrance ceremony yet.
I'm telling you not to go to her high school after your night shift is done and go straight home to our house. It's obvious you're going to stink after you just worked hours at a factory. Do you enjoy embarrassing us or something? It's not for me that you shouldn't go, but for Alina, since it's an important day, being her first day in high school and all. Apparently, Alina intends on telling everyone at her high school that her father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. If you stink of factory, then they're going to know for sure that you don't actually work at a trading company. So? Do you understand why you can't come to her entrance ceremony now? Just don't go, all right? Why do you want to go so much in the first place?
Because I thought she was my daughter. You know, I can take a shower in my workplace before I come. I intend on changing into a suit before I go as well. I'm not going to go in the clothes I wear to work if that's what you're worried about.
No matter how much you clean yourself up or polish your appearance, you won't be able to get rid of the stink that's already a permanent part of your body. The one that comes from years working at a factory. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to make you any less embarrassing to us. Do you understand now? Don't come no matter what. Hello, Father. Don't tell me you came to the entrance ceremony, did you? I heard from Mother that you intend to come, but don't come no matter what, all right?
Elena, even you're telling me not to come? But I went to your middle school's graduation ceremony, didn't I? Why can't I go now that you're in high school?
That's because my middle school was in the area that we lived, so everyone knew about you in the first place. Meaning that there was no point in trying to hide it. But now that I'm going to a private school a bit farther from our hometown, I can make my own background from scratch since no one knows you.
What do you mean make your own background? So you intend on lying about yourself just to impress your new classmates? That isn't good, Elena. You might impress them at the start, but you're going to end up being one of those people that only do things to please others. You're never going to be happy yourself.
Wow, those are some impressive words for a factory worker. Did you copy and paste that from the internet or something? You see, I'm going to tell everyone that my father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. It's not an embarrassing profession, unlike a factory worker, right? I need to fit in, Dad. This new school of mine is a high-level private school, so the parents of all the other students will probably have such high-income jobs.
So you think that your father working at a factory is embarrassing? I told your mom this already, but while working at a factory might not be flashy, it's an honest job that you shouldn't be embarrassed of. I'm sure not all of the parents will have high-income jobs. Surely there will be some people like you, right?
Of course it's embarrassing. I mean, you stink, first of all. And working at a factory is like the opposite of being stylish, and it's so uncool. That's why I don't like you working at a factory, and I don't care if there are other kids like me. I'm not proud of it, and that's all that matters.
I see. I understand. Fine, I won't come to the ceremony then. Although I was hoping that you would disagree with your mother, it seems I was mistaken.
Hey, Omar. What are these divorce papers you left on the table?
Sorry, but my heart's finally broke.
What? What do you mean your heart's finally broke? Are you some sort of teenage girl who just broke up with her boyfriend or something?
Make fun of me all you want, but I don't care what you say anymore. Both you and Elena have always looked down on me for working at a factory. I try not to think of it too much by telling myself that it can't be helped since Elena is a girl in puberty and that you're just sympathizing with her. But today was the last straw. I thought to myself, why didn't I just quit being a father entirely? And that's when my heart broke and I couldn't hold back my emotions anymore. Those divorce papers I left you are the result of those emotions.
Why don't you do as you please? I mean, you can barely provide for yourself with that meager salary of yours in the first place, let alone for the three of us. That's why I had to work a part-time job all these years, Omar. Because my husband worked at a factory and barely made any money.
I know that I never made that much money, but I did my best to provide for this family until now. Not anymore, though. I'm done. Let's hire a lawyer to deal with the details of property division and stuff.
Huh? A lawyer? Where are you right now?
I won't tell you where I am, but I'll just tell you that I'm in the city.
What do you mean, a lawyer? Don't you think you're over-exaggerating? I thought I just had to turn these papers into the city hall and we were done.
We could, but hiring a lawyer is the best way to avoid trouble with things like this. We mainly need to discuss financial matters, so it's best if we hire an expert to manage things, don't you think? There's a lot less risk of there being any issue. Just sign those divorce papers and turn them into City Hall whenever you like. Well, goodbye, Rena.
Hey, I heard that you were divorcing Mom. Is that true?
Yeah. It's up to your mom when she turns in the divorce papers, though.
Nice! Finally, I was waiting for this day all my life. This is a good opportunity to get a new father, so I hope Mom actually marries someone who works at a trading company. Because then the background I made for myself will be real.
So you're going to continue telling everyone at school that your dad works at a trading company, even though me and your mom are getting divorced?
What? What do you care if I tell everyone my dad works at a trading company? Are you going to tell me that lying is bad and being honest is the best way to make friends or something? That's not how the real world works, Dad. Relationships would never get anywhere if people were honest.
Honestly, do whatever you want. I don't care what you do at school anymore. I just thought that it was strange because you're going to live with your mother after we get divorced, right? Won't your classmates eventually find out that you were lying?
Oh, I see. Well, it's not like anyone's asked me the details yet, so I'll just think of something later on.
So, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Yep. I just wanted to know whether it was true that you and Mom were getting divorced.
I see. Well, goodbye then, Elena.
Bye! Hello, Omar. I thought I'd tell you about the situation. I already turned in those divorce papers.
All right. I'm glad you accepted the financial terms of the divorce as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm lucky I got even that much out of the property division.
Yes, I added a little extra because I was the one who suddenly proposed a divorce, and it might affect Ellen's future. The money you need to raise Elena until she graduates from university is included in the money I gave you. Don't forget that. I don't want you spending it on any other nonsense.
Yeah, I already received an explanation from the lawyer, so it's fine.
All right then, I guess we're officially divorced now.
Yep. Goodbye, Mr. Low-Income Factory Worker. Hey, Omar! You've got to be kidding me, right? The factory you work at was shown on TV. You were interviewed, and they said something about you being the inventor of a new popular item and how you had numerous achievements over the years. And then they said you were going to be the CEO starting from next year. You didn't tell me anything about this, Omar! This can't be happening. To think you were headed straight for a promotion even when you were just a factory worker. I was almost the wife of a CEO. If I had known, I never would have divorced you.
Hello, Father. I just graduated high school, and now I'm going to go to university.
Long time no see, Elena. Time flies so fast. You already graduated high school?
Yeah, and I want you to give me the tuition for university.
Huh? But your university tuition was already included in the money I gave your mother when we got divorced.
What? Seriously?
By the way, what university are you going to be entering?
A university.
If it's a university, then the money I gave your mother should be enough to pay for the tuition, since it's a national university, right? Why are you asking me for tuition?
I mean, Mom said that you didn't earn much money, so you could only pay for my tuition until I graduated high school. But you're still my father, so even if you don't earn that much money, it's still your duty as my parent to somehow grant my dreams when I say that I want to go to university.
I see. It seems like Mom didn't tell you anything.
What do you mean?
It's going to be inconvenient for me if you start following me around or something, so I'll explain it to you myself.
Huh? What do you mean, follow you? But I'm your daughter. Isn't that a bit cold?
You see, Elena, you're your mother's child from her previous marriage.
What?
You see, the two of us never legally became related to each other since there was opposition from our families, so I didn't need to provide for your tuition in the first place when me and your mom got divorced. But since I was the one who proposed a divorce, I felt responsible for what it might do to your future. I decided to give your mother an extra 120,000 euros on top of the property division I already gave her to pay for your tuition until you graduate university and stuff.
1,200 euros? But if you can afford that much, just a bit more shouldn't be a problem for you, right? You see, 98% of people from my high school go on to university, so everyone's going to laugh at me if I don't go to university as well. So please, just give me the university tuition.
That's impossible.
Why not?
You see, 120,000 euros was a huge amount of money for me at the time. It was basically all my savings, and I had to be really tight with money for a while after that. I've only recently been able to spend up an average amount of money again. Sorry, but I'm not going to go through that trouble again.
But if you don't give it to me, I won't be able to go to university.
So where's the money that I gave your mom that was supposed to pay for your tuition then?
I don't know.
All right, then you should ask your mother about it and talk to her about what to do from now on. If she doesn't have the money anymore, then it can't be helped, and you'll have to get a scholarship or get a tuition loan or get a student loan or something.
But even if you tell that to me now...
It might seem cold to you, but I really have nothing to do with it anymore. So you can't just involve me in your financial matters like this. You're not my daughter. The 120,000 euros I gave your mom 3 years ago was the most I could do at the time. Please don't contact me again.
Father!
No, I'm not your father. But I do hope that you find happiness, though. Good luck.
Omar! Why did you tell Alina that you weren't actually her father and that you had given me 1,200,000 euros when we got divorced? But if she doesn't get a job as soon as she graduates high school, we won't be able to support ourselves anymore. We don't have any money.
If ever Elena comes to me begging for money in the future, you won't oppose me telling her that she wasn't actually my daughter and about the circumstances involving our marriage.
Huh?
This was one of the conditions you agreed to when I gave you the 120,000 euros.
Oh, damn it.
It looks like you understand now, so goodbye.
Hold on, but it's true that we don't have any money. I heard that ever since you became the CEO, the company's business has been doing better than ever, so you can give us money, right?
Would you please just cut it out already? Didn't I tell you that Elena's tuition until university was included in the money I gave you? It's your fault for not listening to me and using it on who knows what.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I intended to leave some money for Alina's university tuition, but before I noticed it was just gone. So please, Omar, help your family.
Sorry, but you guys aren't my family anymore. You see, I got remarried and I'm going to have a child soon, which means that I don't have any money to spare as I have to provide for my actual family.
Seriously? You got remarried and you're going to have a baby soon?
Yes, that's what I said. Well then, goodbye for real this time. I had my suspicions as to what had happened to the 120,000 euros I gave Reina, but apparently she quit her part-time job after we got divorced. Apparently the 120,000 euros was used to support the two of them during the 3 years Elena was in high school, as well as for Elena's tuition. Honestly, what she did was more sane than I had expected. I thought that she would spend the money on random garbage like new bags or something. Anyways, ultimately, Elena gave up on going to university, but she didn't get a job either. After finding out that her mother used the money that was supposed to pay for her university tuition, she became feral and started just staying in her room all day. Rena was terrified of Elena's wrath, and so she started working part-time again. But since she only earns minimum wage and has to start from the beginning, the two were barely able to keep themselves alive, it seems. Not only that, but apparently Rena's new job was at a factory, the place she herself made fun of me so many times for working at. I guess she got what she deserved for making fun of a person's profession without even understanding what exactly it is that they do. Maybe karma does really exist.
Hey, Mom, can I bring a friend over today?
Wow, you're already making friends? You've only been at your new school for a few days now. That's great.
What can I say?
Well, aren't you a social butterfly? Just like I was. Of course they can come. Although, I have to admit, I was worried switching schools in 8th grade would be difficult, but this is good. Are you part of a friend group now and everything?
Mom, you worry too much. Even in a worst-case scenario, I've got plenty of things that I like doing by myself.
I suppose that's true. Oh, will your friends be coming to dinner as well? How many people?
Just one. Her name is Mia. She says she's not picky about food.
Good to know. Maybe I'll pull out all the stops and try out a new recipe on you guys.
Just what you normally make is fine. Thanks, Mom. Mom, I'm sorry. It looks like I might be a bit late.
You know I want you to come home right away since you decided not to do any extracurricular activities. Are you on your way home right now?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
It's getting dark earlier now, so be careful, okay?
I know, Mom.
Oh, and by the way, there was something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah?
It's about your friend Mia. I was talking to one of the neighbors earlier. Apparently Mia was in reform school until a little bit before we moved here. Do you know if that's true?
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, really? I was so surprised when I heard. She seems so nice.
I know, right? Me too. But Mia is a good kid. I'm sure of it.
I don't think they put good kids in reform school. But you're right. She's got good manners, at least. She didn't strike me as a bad kid at all.
Right? I knew you'd understand. Actually, some kids at school told me I shouldn't hang out with her. One of my teachers even pulled me aside and seemed a bit worried. I don't think anybody understands her.
So then why did she get put in reform school? I've heard that you can technically get sent there as young as 12. But I've also heard that it's rare for kids that young.
Well,
is it something you don't want to tell me?
No, it's fine. Everyone else already knows anyway. It's just, I don't want to gossip about Mia like this.
See, that's one of the best things about you, honey. It's really wonderful to be considerate of other people's feelings. But I think it'd be best for me to know about this. I promise I won't talk to anyone else about it, okay?
Okay. Mia got caught shoplifting a few times. And even though she got caught, she kept on doing it. And then one time, she was waiting for her mom to come pick her up from holding, but her mom refused to take her back. Kids our age normally don't get sent to reform school because their parents come and pick them up, but with everything Mia had done, there wasn't much else they could do.
Okay, I see. I wonder why she shoplifted so much.
Even Mia said she doesn't know why. Anyway, she says she doesn't do it anymore. I think she really got reformed.
I guess so. Well, she might have had a lot going on, but if it ever seems like she's going to do it again, I want you to stop her, okay?
I know, of course I will.
Okay, I'm trusting you. But you've been coming home late recently, you know that. I don't want to butt into your life with your friends, and you should be able to hang out with who you want to. Anyway, all I'm saying is that I trust you. But just so you know, if you keep breaking curfew because you're hanging out with Mia, then your father and I might start to think that Mia is having a bad influence on you. So try to keep that in mind, okay?
Okay, sorry.
It's fine, as long as you understand. Anyway, I'll stop bothering you for now. Thanks again for telling me about Mia. And we're having hamburgers tonight, so get home quick.
Yay! Okay, on my way.
Sophia, it's past curfew. Sophia, what's going on? Didn't you just tell me the other day that you would stop doing things that make us question your judgment?
I'm sorry. I'll head home soon.
What are you doing? Are you with Mia? Sophia! Don't ignore me.
Mom, I need your help. Mia collapsed all of a sudden.
What?
She's burning up. I've been taking care of her. But I think she just went unconscious.
What happened? Where are you right now?
We're in an empty building behind the school.
What? What are you doing there?
She said her mom has been treating her worse than usual lately. So we've been meeting up here lately.
Is that right? Okay, you can give me the details later. Just send me your location for now. I'll come and get you.
Thanks, Mom.
Hello, sorry to bother you so late. My name's Kelly. I'm not sure if I have the right number. Is this Mia's mother, Catherine? There's something I need to tell you about Mia. Yeah, this is Catherine. What is it? What's she done this time? Thank you for responding. It seems my daughter Sophia and Mia have become really close recently. I'm sorry it took me so long to introduce myself. Oh, I don't see any reason you should need to introduce yourself. So, what is it that you want to tell me? Is that it? I've taken your daughter to the hospital. She had a really high fever and passed out. She took some medicine and now she's relaxed and sleeping well. So what? You trying to ask me to pay the hospital bill or something? You were the one that decided to take her to the hospital all on your own, right? I'm not paying you a single penny. No, that's not it. I called you because I wanted to ask if Mia can stay at our place tonight, so that she can get a good night's rest. Go ahead. By all means. I can't believe people these days, sticking their noses in other people's business like this. Since you decided to take care of her without asking, then do whatever you want. But I tell you, if you come here asking me to give you money for all this, we're gonna have some words. We've got no money to be wasting on stuff like this over here. Oh, I'm well aware of that. Huh? I've heard all about your situation from your daughter. You guys are on welfare, aren't you? Yeah, what about it? You're trying to say I should have money because the government helps us out? No, not at all. But if you're on welfare, then you don't have to pay medical fees, right? So why wouldn't you take Mia to the hospital? You know what? Since you have no idea what you're talking about, I'll fill you in. You have to go to the welfare office to get free hospital care. There's a lot of steps to it. If that's all it is, then you should do it, shouldn't you? What the hell? I'm in so much pain every day that I can barely work. I don't know where you get off saying something like that. I'm sorry about that. But it's not just that. From what I understand, you're not feeding her regularly either. So I hear she's gotten in trouble for shoplifting quite a few times. Why is that, I wonder? You don't even have enough money to buy food? She has school lunches. What do you think I send her to school for? She's in middle school. She can't live off just school lunch, especially not at her age. And what about weekends and holidays when she isn't in school? How can you be so cruel to your own daughter? Will you stop telling me how to take care of my own child? Are you out of your mind? I want to be able to eat what everyone else is eating too, but I push through it somehow. We're not as rich as you, so don't go judging us by your white-collar standards. From what I hear, welfare provides more than enough money to live off of. Case in point, I hear you order DoorDash all the time. Are you eating all that takeout all by yourself without giving any to your daughter? If you use that money to cook at home, then she would have more than enough to eat. Who do you think you are? What are you, my caseworker or something? No, you're just my daughter's friend's nosy mother, so get off my back. If you're so worried about Mia, then why don't you take care of her? Can I? I'll do whatever you feel like. God knows that I won't miss her. She wasn't even cute as a baby. The only reason she's still here is because it's too much of a pain to get rid of her legally. She looks just like my ex-husband, and she pisses me off. So believe me, if I could throw her out, I would. That lazy scum won't even pay child support. I take better care of her than he would, at least. I understand. Well, then I'll look after Mia from now on. Otherwise, I'm afraid she'll just get sick again. Yeah, good luck with that. While you're at it, feel free to take care of her all the way until she's done with school. Hey, what the hell did you do? Do you have any idea what you just did? Ah, hello. Did your conversation about Mia go well? Thanks for doing that. Don't mess with me. I've been called into child services. They said I don't take care of my kid properly. It was you, wasn't it? You put her up to it. I was the one who suggested it, but Mia was the one who decided to go. She's a responsible young girl. She can make her own choices. Anyway, we told them about all the things you've done to her up until now. You've gone way too far. Why are you doing all of this anyway? What are you getting out of it? Nothing. This is just the logical result of talking with Mia. She doesn't want to go hungry and have to shoplift for food anymore. All she wants is a place to sleep and enough food to eat. This is what she has to do to get that. She's going to be in high school in less than a year. Just a few more years until she's 16 and she can get a job. I was counting on that extra money coming in. Now what am I supposed to do? Are you saying you were going to make her drop out of school and work? Duh. She has to pay me back for giving her a place to stay all these years, doesn't she? Otherwise, what would have been the point of me having her? Mia said she wants to go to college. And from what I hear, she's very intelligent, gets good grades. What you're suggesting would completely ruin her future. There are a lot of systems in place to help out struggling families. Look, I told you already. I don't feel the same way about my kid as you do. She's just like her father, and I can't stand it. Do you believe that crap about parents loving their kids unconditionally? You don't understand how the world works. I'm well aware of how the world works. My mother was just like you. Oh, is that right? You're saying you were just like me as a kid? I guess that adds up, considering you piss me off just as much as she does. You can think whatever you want about me. I don't care. But what you've been doing is a crime. Oh, is that right? A crime. You have legal responsibility for your daughter. You get more money from the government because Mia is your dependent. So you have an obligation to take care of her. Just sending her to school is not enough. And putting her in the hospital for malnourishment is a crime in and of itself. You're full of it. You have a smartphone, right? Why don't you look this up yourself? The government's cracking down on this stuff lately, so I think they'll be all over your case. Hold on a second. This isn't enough to arrest me over. You think so? I don't know. But I believe you have some other offenses under your belt, don't you? It sounds like you've been working at getting paid under the table while you've been collecting unemployment checks. I believe that's considered fraud. Huh? Did Mia tell you that too? That's right. You're lying. She knows better than to go against me like that. She's listened to everything I've ever said. And when she got caught for shoplifting, she didn't tell them anything. She wouldn't try and get me in trouble like this. I know what this is. This is just some crackpot idea that you cooked up to harass me. You just said a moment ago that a parent doesn't have to unconditionally love their kid. The same thing should apply to kids. Do you really think Mia loves you no matter what? Oh, of course she does. Who else does she have? Then if you understand that already, that makes you even worse. Kids aren't possessions. They're individuals with their own unique personalities. The reason Mia hasn't gone against you until now is because she thought she couldn't survive without you. But that's not love. Hey, let me talk to her. I want to talk to her directly. I want to apologize for everything I've done. She'll understand. She's my daughter, after all. You don't get to call her your daughter only when it suits you. Anyway, she's under protection right now, so it won't be easy for you to talk to her. Just give it up. It's time for you to atone for what you've done to her. If you help me, I should be able to meet with her, right? Please, I just need to talk to her. If you have something you want to say, then you could say it to a child services worker. You know, kids have a lot more on their mind than adults think they do. And because they don't know about the world yet, when you hurt them, they think it must be normal. Mia has been pushing through this pain the whole time. She didn't talk back or anything. Thought she was doing okay. Well, how would you feel if you had to live in her shoes? Wouldn't you find it totally unbearable? I don't know. Maybe. You should treat people the way you want to be treated. Even kids know that. All right, fine, I'm a bad mother. I get it already. But I don't want to lose my way of life, okay? I'll do anything you ask. I'll listen to anything you have to say. So won't you help me out? Just this once. I think if you said something to Mia, you could change her mind. You don't regret anything, do you? I'm going to show this whole conversation to child services. What? No! Wait a second! Mia is the only reason you've been able to live the way you've been living until now. But it's time for you to let all of that go. It's time for you to give her a better life. After that, the court put a restraining order on Mia's mother. She lost custody a while later. She didn't end up getting arrested over how she treated Mia. But she was charged over $15,000 in fines for the illegal welfare payments she received. Even though it was her first offense, she was sentenced to prison. It takes a lot for someone to confess the crimes of their own mother. Honestly, I was worried about a girl as young as Mia having to deal with this. But she's more cheerful now than she was before, so actually I feel a bit relieved. By the way, I found out the reason why Mia and Sophia became friends. Sophia saw Mia about to shoplift one day, by chance. So Mia said something to her about it, and their conversation at that time was the start of their friendship. Sophia started asking Mia to come to dinner so that she wouldn't have to steal food to eat. I wish I knew what was going on much sooner. But it takes courage to tell other people about your friend's struggles. I'm just happy that Sophia realized what was going on so quickly and was able to help Mia. After Mia's mother went to jail, Mia was put into foster care and was transferred to another school. But they should both end up in the same high school. Until then, they're going to stay friends and do homework together. And Mia still comes over once a week and stays for dinner with us, just like before. From now on, I want to support both of these girls as much as I can. After all, that's my job as an adult.